This is the Air 3S, a drone that I use almost every day in my daily shoots. I love this drone. It comes with so many options in there. You have batteries that can last a long time, and there is night sense. However, 6 months ago, DJI decided to come up with a banger. What is this? This is almost just as light, but so much more powerful. It is such a huge improvement and so similar sized. I mean, look at the difference of these. It's not actually much. However, it does take up a lot of storage. This is able to record surprisingly 6K footage. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We firstly have a 1-inch 28mm, not 24mm, 28mm. Over here at the bottom, we have a 1/1.3-inch sensor, 17mm lens. And finally over here, we have a 1/1.5-inch sensor, not a half-inch sensor, 1/1.5-inch, 168mm. However, this thing packs a bunch more. Like, this is called the Infinity Gimbal, and this can rotate 440 degrees, I think, because you can rotate 40 plus 360 it has, and 40 to the other side. So I have the Air 3S and the Mavic 4 Pro. Let's see the difference between these two in low light conditions. It is just a park, and that's the setup with my bike over here. So the Air 3S is cranked up to 3200 ISO and 160 shutter speed. Let's see. So the ISO can go up to 6,400 for the Mavic 4 Pro. Of course, like you can see, there's a lot of noise. And shutter 150. And one cool thing is that the aperture can be changed to f2.0 now. In f2.0, I can crank up the ISO to 6,400, and you can kind of see objects that don't even have any light on them, which is really cool. Let's do a side-by-side comparison between the two. You can definitely see the difference. The Mavic 4 Pro has a much clearer image of me. Both are recording in the D-Log-M profile. You know what? Let's try recording this in the normal color profile. Both are actually quite similar when you look at this over here. So I think using log gives you a lot more flexibility when grading in like low light conditions. But honestly, the Mavic 4 Pro doesn't have much more noise compared to the Inspire 3, and it still keeps that dynamic range in there. One thing I really like about the Mavic 3 Pro 28mm lens is that you don't have to get too close to objects, and you can also get that more of a closer look at the objects. And I feel like it is good in some circumstances, but if you want to get like full shot, if you want to get like a wide angle shot, like, you know, for the previous drones, there was always a 24mm wider angle, but now it's like a bit cropped in. There's a really cool explore mode. Let's go in there. What you can do with this is that you can keep on zooming in, and it will change lenses. And you can zoom into a point where you can literally see things from miles away. And all three cameras now have D-Log, unlike the Mavic 3 Pro, which is a huge upgrade because you can use, you know, similar settings in each shot. Gives you a bit more flexibility when it comes to editing. Otherwise, you're going to be editing, let's say D-Log-M, and then you're gonna go into D-Log and like, oh no, I'm doing HLG now. Like, no. 3, 2, 1, go. Time.
Oh.
So this drone isn't actually mine. It's my friend Tom.
On the contrary, the Mavic, this baby's been mine the whole time. He has just been absolutely using it instead of me. Right, obstacle avoidance sensors. So Air 3S, we've got 2 frontal, 2 on the back, and we've got 2 on the bottom. We've got sets of 2s. Then you move on to the Mavic, and the Mavic has got pretty much 3. And we've just evolved not only the style of drone, but we've also evolved in the amount of cameras. And we've got 3 on board on the top, we've got 3 on the bottom, and then we've also got, obviously the 3 on the front. So this overall means that the sensors on the drone are going to be a lot better. They're going to be a lot more reactive to the environment around them, and especially with the LiDAR that they now both have. I think those are very good pointers. Right, this is the RC2 controller used to fly this drone. This is the updated version of the RC1, which can also fly this drone, as far as I'm concerned. Never mind, let's cut that out. It's a very good controller. However, as a new user, one really bad issue, the sticks. So obviously, a lot of people have already talked about this, but the sticks are held in the underneath compartment of the controller, and as part of the process, which you'll see in this video, it takes Trevor a really long time to put those sticks on compared to me, which I don't have to do. So obviously you have to screw them on like this, and it takes a while. And this is an issue for drone users, because if you lose those sticks, you're gonna have to get a replacement, and it's always something you have to worry about.
So right now I'm using an app internal recording that this Mavic 4 has, and of course you can definitely spot the difference. I am connected to the DJI Mic 2 at the bottom of my controller right over here, and I'm using the 32-bit recording from the actual mic itself. However, because of course the signal isn't going to be that strong for like high quality audio.
One thing I really like Adobe is that you can easily enhance your voice.
Just with one press. And I'm going to do that with the Mavic internal recording. Let's see how much better it gets. The app recording is going to be a good alternative if you're going to be using the audio recording just for fun, like getting reactions from other people. But I feel like the best is to still record from the actual mic itself. I am using the 6x telephoto lens, and this gives you, oh my god, look at this parallax, man. But if you don't have a DJI Mic 2 and you want to use the internal recording, you're using the mic on the RC Pro or RC2. Yeah, and this is how it sounds like. Okay, so this is the 168mm lens. With it enhanced? The 17mm. 28mm. Yeah, not so good. So, in windy conditions, it's just, yeah, don't even think about using it. And of course, I'm using the active track to make my life easier. It is just so locked on, so I can just walk over here and it'll just properly track me.
Now, one thing I've noticed about the active track on the 6x camera is that there's not much dampening in the software thing. So when I'm just walking, I can see the camera going up and down just a little bit, and it's like it's quite annoying. But of course, everything can be fixed with stabilization software. I feel like it's really, really useful when it comes to wobbly active track and stuff. But otherwise, if there's this dampening tool thing in the settings, like the active track sensitivity, it would be great. And since that place was a fishing village in the middle of nowhere, why not give fishing a try? I have gone through so much with the focus track on this. This nearly crashed itself into a boat. I think I was making it do a round shot, like go around the boat. Towards the end, it kind of just headed towards the boat itself, and I think the sensors kind of saved it and moved away from the boat. So DJI, software issue, update.
So with the 6 onboard cameras that it has, it means that it has almost full visibility of everything around it, which makes it great for, I don't know, say if one of the children fell out your van as you were transporting them. This was filmed with consent. I am now going to be chased with the Mavic 4 Pro. It makes it great to follow them without crashing into anything. So you can save the energy from chasing after them and instead chase after them with a drone. They'll never know. And because it's quiet, they'll just run away and then you can follow them and maybe crash into them.
This drone has a 100 megapixel photo mode. However, the 100 megapixel mode isn't actually 100 megapixels. It's because the camera is using a quad Bayer sensor, so by itself it actually takes 25 megapixel pictures, and I think it uses AI to enhance that picture to 100 megapixels. Your cameraman, can you bring that down for me? But as always, like the other DJI drones, it has the JPEG and RAW mode. Well, I guess these guys are kind of attracted to tripods.
Getting ready to shoot is one of those things that you don't take into account when you're thinking about filming or flying a drone, but it really matters in the long term because time is really important, because as good as these batteries are, which I will get into, they don't have infinite time on them. So any time that you can save in the setup of the drone is extremely valuable for the end shoot, especially if you're getting paid for it. If I talk about this controller, it's pretty much got exactly the same controls. It's got the power button, it's got the return to home and pause. However, because of that extra space, because it doesn't have the screen on the drone itself, it's got a few extra gimbal controls and buttons, which ergonomically, it really helps, because that, for those people who really want to choose where their fingers want to be, and the adjustability of that is really good.
So the RC Pro 2 has the 04 enhanced transmission for the Mavic 4 Pro. And at the bottom over here, just like the RC Pro 1, there is a full-size HDMI slot, and USB-C, and a micro SD card. One feature I've noticed about the RC Pro 2 controller is that the sticks are bigger over here. So compared to the RC2 that we have over here, the sticks go at a reasonable distance for like a compact control, but the Pro controller, of course, as I said in the Inspire 3 video, maybe two big dials over here, the whole entire monitor raising up just like that. This screen not only is a flip up, but it can also... No. Okay, dude, you can play games on this thing. True 6K. Oh, sorry. So the 6K only applies to the 1X camera. So the camera cannot actually tilt more than 10 degrees even when stationary. It's kind of a bummer because you know how the mini drones can actually tilt the camera in vertical with their mechanism and then actually still use the full range. And here it's tongue. Meanwhile, the Mavic lacks all that even in vertical mode. If you really want to get that vertical footage for Instagram, you will have to use the cropped in 2.7K resolution from the camera, because of course the true vertical video really can't do much. So it's really a bummer for that one. And I hope DJI can maybe fix it in the next generation. But it's really, really nice to see a gimbal like this that can, you know, do so much. So like you can tilt. Yeah. So when it came to the Infinity gimbal, I actually didn't have many opportunities when using it. The only case I got to use it was when I was filming a wind turbine, and I felt like that was the only actual cool shot I could get.
Batteries. Air 3S. This is the Fly More Plus combo. Obviously, this is the Mac combo. It can be for the Air 3S, but I have got some issues with this. Number one, the battery pack itself has got the separate buttons to take these out. That's okay, but you know, it's just that extra function that you don't really need when you're taking it out, especially when we're setting them up. So then we bring in the new Mavic 4 battery pack, and this is part of the Creator combo. So you'll get all three of these, as well as the pack and the drone and the RC Pro 2. That's the important part. We are able to take out the drone batteries using the actual function to put them in the drone itself, not a separate use on the case, which means, you know, the case itself, you take out the batteries like this. The case is really, really light. It doesn't need a lot of mechanisms and functions in it other than to charge the batteries. So that's really good. Next, cases. So for the Air 3S, light, it feels really nice. The fabric is, you know, DJI quality. This was one of the things I picked up on when I was trying to search out for my first drone. You've really got to take into account what the adjustabilities these straps have. You've really got to look at how much they can adjust, because, you know, as a figure, I'm quite quite a lot bigger than Trevor. The adjustability of these straps is really important before you buy the drone, because you might have to get a third-party strap to go on the case if the DJI one doesn't fit. But if we look inside, so they've both got the same clipping mechanism. So really nice, really sleek. There's no locks, there's no buttons, it's just elastic, and they both open up like this. Very similar interior, so foam, but really soft, so it keeps all of the components in the cameras safe in the drone, but very similar compartments. Obviously, the Mavic case is going to be a lot bigger, because it's a bigger drone, but take into account the actual flap itself has purposely been made bigger, so you have a lot more accessibility to the drone itself. There's 3 compartments, main ones here, as well as in the lid itself, but the drone is meant to go in this one, and then you're meant to put the batteries and the controller in this side. However, because of the size of it and the way it's raised, you've got this little flap in here, which I'll list up like that, and underneath that, you are able to store this battery that comes with the Creator Combo, which, you know, it's another thing you don't have to be carrying on your separate bags when you're taking this drone out. And of course, the gimbal cover fits in there as well, but it makes it really easy to use. And again, I will say this is not a small bag, and it's not going to weigh a small amount. It's going to be one of your primary bags when you take it with you on shoots. But again, they've thought about this because the strap is a lot more plush. Compared to the Air 3S, it's bigger, more surface area, which means on any shoulder it's going to feel nicer, less rubbery. So Air 3S, the fabric is a little bit more canvasy, so it feels a little bit more rough, but on the Mavic 4, it feels a lot softer and nicer. Of course, they both have the suitcase straps here, so you're able to slide them back onto a suitcase, which makes it really easy for traveling, but Mavic is a lot more centered, whereas the Air 3S is a bit higher, but it's not a problem in the end goal. They call him a flagship for a reason. This could shoot in 8K. 6K. So if you're unable to move your drone any closer, to be able to get that zoom and still have the quality that you need is really, really good.
So we have the footage on the left and footage on the right. And we're gonna compare it.
The video on the left, the color is just a lot more vivid. The main tower the actor's on, that reflection is a lot more vivid and clear than that one. This is a lot more blurry. The sky, a lot better blue. The shading is also quite clear.
So you're going with the Air 3S color, actually.
Am I really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's the Air 3S. But overall, it gives you a lot more dynamic range. The Mavic 4 Pro is meant for more color grading. Meanwhile, the Air 3S is like plug and play. Like plug and play, just plug that LUT in, and then you already have a very nice video with a lot of color in there. But for the Mavic 4 Pro, you have to add saturation, contrast. As you can see, like there's not enough of that in there. Mavic 4 Pro, and where is my ProRes? So DJI has changed the codec from ProRes to All-I. The files are really, really big. So in the Creator Combo, so the combo with the RC Pro 2, the drone actually comes with 512 gigabytes of internal storage. And you can also install an SD card up to 1 terabyte at the back. But actually, I've always relied on ProRes for most drones, so like the Inspire 3. And I export all my videos in ProRes LT also. So at the end of every video, I do a section where I answer people's questions from the previous video, in this case the Inspire 3 video, and this time this is from Skypath Productions. And they commented, can you explain how to set up a second monitor for FPV and regular? The easiest solution for me is, of course, you're using whatever connects to the app DJI Fly, and you have one of the DJI goggles that can be connected to your phone. And in this case, you can use the DJI RC Pro, the Mavic 4 Pro's RC Pro 2, or the Inspire 3 controller. They are all capable of installing DJI Fly in there. The key thing that you have to know about those 3 controllers is that you have a Firefox tab at the bottom to search DJI Fly APK, and you'll be able to, let's say, DJI Fly download sensor. It's going to lead you to download the Android APK. And after you download it and you swipe down, you should be able to see like a download tab. And after you downloaded it, it should open in files, and then you'll see downloads. Hit downloads, and then you will see the actual software file. However, this is the only way you can actually open the app is through the actual file. So basically, we always have to, install the app over and over again, but it shouldn't be a problem because after you log in, it should stay logged in for the other entries you do into the app. So after you open DJI Fly, it should tell you to log in and stuff, but of course I already logged in. So I'm going to be using the Avata 2 as an example. All you need is your goggles, a plain USB-C cable. You plug that to the back of the controller, and then it should go into the device directly. But the thing is, you can see the whole entire OSD view. It's not like a live view. So what you really want to do is just press and go into the settings, camera settings, advanced camera settings, and then you can see this camera view recording. You're just gonna turn that off, and then you should have a complete live view. But of course, you can see there are these little buttons over here that you don't want. Yeah, cutting out the sides would be really useful. And of course, if you're doing live view, make sure it's in the normal color profile and it's not in the D-Log-M color profile. This will be the best way because the RC Pro series controllers and the Inspire 3 controller have, you know, the exact same capabilities, and it has an HDMI port on the side, which is meant for broadcasting and stuff. So this is the most optimal way that you can do it and should do it. So I'm just going to demonstrate how it should look. So it should look something like this. As long as the goggles is completely compatible with any Air unit that you use from DJI, then of course it is going to be able to be broadcasted like this, just like the Avata 2 and Avata 1. Hope that helps.
That's all the time we have today, folks. If you want to see us on the next one, please remember to like and subscribe, and